Good morning, my dear students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Welcome back to today's Social Studies online class. Chapter 17, Independent India. Let us recall what we have learnt. The first general elections. The first general elections were difficult because large section of population did not know how to read and write. And we also have learnt about the States Reorganization Act. Based on this, states were created based on languages. Among all the linguistic states, the movement done by the Andhra state led by Potti Sriramulu, because of his sacrifices, we got Andhra Pradesh state. Soon after, the Planning Commission was also set up in order to develop our country. Okay, a planned development. So, under that, the first preference was given to the agriculture and the industries. Okay, so many dams were built for the sake of agriculture. As for the neighboring countries, Jawaharlal Nehru formulated the Panchashil policy. Based on that, we must not interfere in any other neighboring countries' internal matters. Okay, children. Also, with each other, we maintain peaceful relationships. We should also support each other, and even we should maintain a peaceful relationship with our neighboring countries. We also had to face war with Pakistan in the years 1965 and 1948, and even war with China over border issue in 1962, and also we had a war with Pakistan again in 1971, okay, over Bangladesh issue. The succession. With Nehru's death in 1964, our leaders were in a confusion to whom this position should be given to. Then they solved the problem very successfully by choosing Lal Bahadur Shastri as the Prime Minister of India. But Shastri was immediately put to test with a series of issues which challenged the fundamental values and goals of Indian nation. As soon as Lal Bahadur Shastri became the Prime Minister of India, what happened, children? He had to face many issues which challenged the fundamental values and goals of the Indian nation. Okay, children, like anti-Hindi agitation, which was led by DMK in the south, especially in the state of Tamil Nadu. Anti-Hindi agitation started, and also there was food shortage in the country, and even we had a war with Pakistan in 1965. So that Indira Gandhi succeeded Shastri as Prime Minister after his untimely death in 1966. Understood, children? So as soon as Lal Bahadur Shastri became the Prime Minister, he was put to test. He had to face many problems like anti-Hindi agitation and also the food shortage in the country, and also we had a war with Pakistan. Because of all these tensions, he was died untimely in the year 1966 suddenly. Okay, and Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India after the death of Lal Bahadur Shastri. Anti-Hindi agitation. Anti-Hindi agitation. That means there was a issue against making Hindi as an official language of India. Okay, children, that the DMK party of Tamil Nadu, they felt that Hindi was being foisted on the whole country. Okay, according to the Official Languages Act, it was passed in the year 1963. Official Languages Act. According to this act, Hindi was made as the second language of India. Okay, it was made as the official language of India. So, but DMK party of Tamil Nadu, they felt that on whole Indians, Hindi was forcedly, it was giving to whole Indians forcedly. Okay, so that a statewide campaign protesting the imposition of Hindi was started by DMK party. Okay, a statewide campaign was started. For what this campaign was started? Protesting the imposition of Hindi. They don't want Hindi as a Indian language. Okay. These included strikes, dharnas, hartals, burning of effigies, Hindi books as well as pages of the constitution. As a part of the protest, they held strikes, dharnas, hartals and even burning of effigies. Effigies, sometimes government decisions, if they don't like, people don't like, they used to burn the effigies of the government leaders, political leaders, like that. Hindi books as well as the pages of the constitution even. Hindi signboards were also blackened in many places. Wherever Hindi signboards were there, they used to blacken all the signboards which were written in Hindi. There were pitched battles between the police and the agitators. So there were also pitched battles. They used to have fights between the police and the agitators, and the central government had to soon take a note of these protests. They were confusion. Central government was in a confusion. They wanted to take some action immediately to stop all these kind of protests. The Congress itself was divided between pro-Hindi and anti-Hindi camps. The Congress government itself, it was divided. Some group of Congress leaders, they were accepting Hindi as a national language. They were on the pro-Hindi side. And some other Congress leaders, they were not accepting, they were supporting the DMK party, that is anti-Hindi camps. They joined anti-Hindi camps. Some of the Congress leaders were supporting pro-Hindi, and some of the leaders were again in the anti-Hindi group. Okay, children. Finally, when things seemed to be going out of hand, Shastri thought though he supported the pro-Hindi stand, made a series of concessions to assuage the feelings of the anti-Hindi camp. Even though Lal Bahadur Shastri, he was supporting that Hindi as a national language, even he was in the pro-Hindi camp, he made many concessions for the sake of this anti-Hindi people. So, these included the right of each state to have a language of its own. That means, children, according to the concession given by this Lal Bahadur Shastri, each state is having the right to have their own language. Each state can follow their own language, which could be the regional or English. Okay, communications could be in regional languages with English translations. English would continue to be the communication language between the center and the states. So children, all this was decided at the time. So what they have decided, communication should be made in the regional languages, but it should be translated into English. And when state leaders, they want to communicate with the central government leaders, they used to use English as a communication language. Okay. And even the civil service exam would be conducted in English rather than Hindi alone. Okay, children, they used to conduct the civil service exams in Hindi, but as according to this Shastri's concessions, this exam was also being conducted in English also. Here we can understand how the leaders, they were trying to keep up the unity of the nation. Even though they had their own personal opinions, they have only thought about the unity of the country. Okay, so that we can say that unity of the country was given the most preference in this issue. Rise of regional parties and regional movements. So children, you all know what are called regional parties. Yes, no ma? These were only popular in that particular regions. So how these regional parties came forward, we will see. The 1967 election was a landmark election in the history of India. Why, children, the 1967 election was a landmark election? Landmark election means very important election. Why? Because for the first time Congress had got its worst defeat. Okay, children, until starting from the first general election in 1952, 1957 and 1962, Congress was able to win continuously, and we also know that it was one party dominance. But for the first time Congress party had to face its worst defeat. Congress had lost in the states like Bihar, UP, Rajasthan, Punjab, West Bengal, Orissa, Madras and Kerala. In all these states Congress was defeated. This was the big transition, first big transition in India. Until then Congress party was able to win in all the states, but for the first time in 1967 election Congress has lost in these states, and instead the regional parties have become stronger in these states and they were able to defeat the Congress party. Okay, children, the defeated party, that is Congress, did not try to cling to power but allowed the victors to form the government. This showed that democracy had taken roots in India and moving towards a competitive multi-party system. Okay, children. So this Congress party, which ruled continuously for 30 years, it allowed the winning parties to form the government. Okay, children, we can say that in India democracy is taking roots. It is becoming stronger. Democracy is becoming stronger, and even India is moving towards competitive multi-party system. Multi-party system, that means where many parties are contesting in the elections. Okay, ma. The prominent losses for the Congress included Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Mostly Congress party lost in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. In Tamil Nadu, DMK won with a huge margin. So DMK, that means Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, this party had a strong links with the film industry and was able to galvanize fans organization. The popular hero M.G. Ramachandran, he is popularly called as MGR. He has many fans across the states. That's why, as this DMK had links with the film industry, it was able to win in the state of Tamil Nadu. Okay. Even the Congress also lost in the neighboring states of Kerala, West Bengal and Odisha even. The Congress party really became very weak due to these losses. In many states in the north, even though they had some little victories, its members defected to opposition parties. Defected means they have changed their party. Wherever in one or two states Congress party had won in the northern side, but its members were defected to opposition parties. That means they were changing their party. They joined the opposition parties. So what happened, children? The Congress governments fell. Wherever there are narrow victories, those because of their Congress leaders, they have joined in other parties, they have defected in other parties. The Congress governments fell and they were replaced by Samyukta Vidayak Dal governments. Those are called as SVD governments. What are these SVD governments? These were basically a coalition governments. Coalition governments means you all know, children. Yes, no? When the government is formed with more than one party, that is not a single party governments. These are coalition governments. Generally, these are against Congress. Those parties which were against Congress like Janasangh, Socialist, Swatantra Party, Congress defectors, those who have moved out of Congress and joined other oppositions, and also some local parties joined together and formed as SVD governments. Okay, children. But children, these governments are formed with the intermediate caste. intermediate caste. That means not a popular major caste in the society. These were from the intermediate caste, these leaders from. So these people, these caste people who were benefited from the land reforms. They have acquired some position in the society and power in the society, and like Jats in Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, Kurmis and Koiris in Bihar, Lodhs in MP, Yadavs in all these states, all the northern state Yadavs, Reddys and Kammas in Andhra, and Vokkaligas in Karnataka, Vellalas in Tamil Nadu. These they got some power in their hand due to the land reforms. They become somewhat stronger, these people, and so they had gained some political. They have become politically also strong, and they were forming the SVD governments with these intermediate caste people. Okay, children. So that the DMK is the best example for this backward caste, BCs. Okay, strong party formed with the BCs. Many of these governments, SVD governments, were short-lived. They were short-lived. Their life was marked by defections and corruption. See children, these SVD governments, after the defeat of Congress party, in many states SVD governments were formed. But they were short-lived. Why? Because within their governments they had many defections. This period also saw a renewal of regional sentiment in different parts of the country. So children, on one hand, the Congress was defeated, these SVD governments were formed. But these were short-lived due to defections and corruptions within their parties. And also in different regions of the country, there were many issues were going on. In Andhra Pradesh, demand for the separate state of Telangana, and it was spearheaded by the students of Usmania University. Their main grouse was the benefits of the country, the benefits of the development were reaching only a few regions of the state. Okay children. And even in Assam, a new state called Meghalaya was created in 1969 out of the tribal districts Khasi, Jaintia and Garo Hills. And even Punjab, which has Punjab and Haryana is having common capital Chandigarh. Yes, but they don't want Chandigarh to be the capital of Haryana. They were asking and they were doing demonstrations for the sake of Chandigarh. And in Maharashtra, there was a curious demand of Bombay for Maharashtrians only. Why? Because this movement was led by Shiva Sena party. Their main target was South Indians. Why? Because South Indians was cornering all the jobs, all the employment in the city. Okay children. Even at the same time, old demands also continued. The Kashmir and the Nagaland demands came up. Even Sheikh Abdullah came back to the state after he was freed from house arrest. Similarly, in Nagaland, new younger leadership came up to take the struggle forward. There were tensions going on in the Kashmir and Nagaland states. This was also a period of communal tension. What is communal tension? Communal tension, it is nothing but there were many disputes going on in regarding the caste issues in the country. There were riots in different parts of the country, including Ranchi, Bihar, Ahmedabad in Gujarat, Jalgaon in Maharashtra, as well as Aligarh in Uttar Pradesh. There were riots. Riots means disturbances. Disturbances were going on regarding these caste issues in Bihar, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. These were really difficult times. A political transition has just happened. That means Congress party were stepped down and governments were formed with new parties with a new leadership. This was to be equipped to handle the multitude of pressures. The new leadership, it had to have the multitude of handling the pressures which was going on in the country. They should be able to control whatever is going on in the country, but they were failed. Indira Gandhi took up the challenge both from within her party as well as those outside by taking a sharp left turn post the 1967 elections. That means after 1967 elections, Indira Gandhi took up a challenging step she has taken. From within their party members were not at all accepting that, and even outsiders also. Why? Because she had taken a left turn. What is that left turn? We will be discussing in the next class. She attempted to create a new social base of her own and for her party by identifying with the poor and the downtrodden. So she wanted to create a special place, an important place for herself and also for her Congress party, so that she has identified herself with the poor and the downtrodden people. Okay, this was a double-edged weapon. Actually, the move she has taken was a double-edged weapon. Old promises of social equality, social development, economic development were not fulfilled, but still she was going on making new promises. Okay, but the Congress under Indira Gandhi was making new promises. Less than a decade later, due to lack of fulfillment, rising of mass expectations created frustration and disheartenment and culminated with the imposition of emergency. Okay, children, due to Indira Gandhi's steps, she is going on promising that she will do this, but there was unemployment in the country, there was disheartenment, frustration in the people due to rising prices. So because of all this, what happened? Indira Gandhi's government was also put to an emergency. Emergency was declared by the governor. Why? Because people were very unsatisfied. They don't like her ruling. Why? Because on one hand, rising prices created much dissatisfaction. There was unemployment and there was poverty in the country. Because of all this, there was frustration among the people and disheartenment. So it paved the way for the imposition of emergency in the country. Emergency means when people don't like anybody's rule. Yes, Nama, if there were many disturbances, what they will do? What the governor of the state or the governor of the country, he imposes the emergency, so that the prime minister was removed from the throne, and so the country was being ruled by the president. Okay, now read the topics once again, children, and go through carefully. If you have any doubts, ask me. Do the homework and send it to me by today itself. Thank you.